Now, a Linux script Walter, this is what it is. It's basically a little bit like a Python program. So all those Linux commands you've been using, you can put into a program and run them one after the other. Okay, so you can do the ls command, followed by the cd command, followed by the date command, and it runs like a program, doing them one after the other. That's called a script. So I'm going to show you that. And also I'm going to show you how to add other users, because at the moment on your Raspberry Pi, you've got the Pi user. You've only got one user on there called Pi. But it's possible on Linux to add many users and give them different permissions, like the school network. Okay, Nazar? So just listen for the next 10 minutes. It'll be really useful, otherwise you'll be struggling when you get to this question. So we're going to flick over to the Raspberry Pi, and I'm going to be operating it from here. So you just watch and listen at the same time. Okay? So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to write a shell script. So I'm going to do that in Nano, which is a text editor. And I'm just going to call it my shell. That'll do, my shell. Not me shell, my shell. And it's got to end in .sh, which means it's going to be a shell script. Okay, so I've got a blank file at the moment. And the first line has to be like this. And I might ask Brian to see if he can explain why. Oops, not that one. I'm going to give it a hash symbol, followed by exclamation mark. /bin/bash. Now, I don't write these scripts every day, so I had to look this up on the internet. I should say bin. So, when you get to this question, don't be surprised if you have to look this up online to learn the skills. That's what I had to do. Garen, you listening? Okay, Garen? This is going to help you for question 11, 12, 13, so keep watching. So the very first line of the script has to be like that. Brian, do you want to explain to the class why it's like that? Do you know the answer?
The shebang?
Yeah.
Indicates that where you know what kind of program, what kind of application needs to open this.
Yeah. You said the word I wanted you to say. It's called shebang. So when you say hashbang, that's called shebang. If you hear people in computing saying shebang, that's what that is. Hashbang. It looks like a gun's gone off and you get an exclamation mark. So shebang. So that has to be the first line of your script. And then you can start doing things like this. We don't use the print command like in Python. We use echo to display something on the screen. So I can say echo hello world, for example. Hello world. And then I'll show you how to run the script. So I might make a few mistakes during this, which is good for you to see, because I don't do this every day. So be prepared for a few mistakes to come up. So to save it, I do Control X, and yes, I do want to save it. That's my file name. Now to run the file, you might think you just type in my shell, .sh. That's a perfectly reasonable thought, but it's not going to work. Okay, command not found. The command you need to run a shell script is ./myshell.sh. Okay, that's the command you need, but I don't think it's going to work. This is a good thing for you to see. Permission denied. Okay, you're going to come across this at some point in your control assessment, where it says permission denied, and I'll show you why. If I go to ls-al, right, my shell. Let me just come around here. My shell is there, and you can see it hasn't got enough permissions for me to execute that file. Ideally, it should look like this: read, write, execute, read, write, execute, read, write, execute. I haven't got enough permissions to run that file, so I'm going to do something called chmod. I'm going to change the permissions of that file. So what you do, and you'll have to do this for one of the questions, chmod means change permissions. 777 means give it all permissions. And the reason it's 777, it's binary, because 111 in binary is 7. So you've got 111, 111, 111, 3 lots of 1s, so it's 3 lots of 7s, so it's 777. Then you give it the file name. It was called myshell, wasn't it? myshell.sh. Okay, so I'm changing the permissions to that file, and if I do ls-al now, you should see that my shell, it's gone green for a start. That means I can now execute that file, and it's got full permissions, okay? So that's really good. I can now use that file. So let's see if it works. So I'm going to just go back through to this command here. So /my shell and command not found. So I've made a mistake. This is really good for you to see when I start making mistakes. So I'm going to go back into that file and do some editing. So let's see what I've done. I probably haven't put a space after echo. Okay, so let's save it. Control X to save. Yes, I do want to save it. Yes. Try again. Hello world. This has worked. Okay, so it's like a print command in Python. Hello world. But it took quite a bit of time, Walter, to get that working. I had to change permissions. I had to go back and edit my file because I made a mistake. Yeah. Okay. So don't be surprised if you make mistakes like I just done. I'm going to make it a bit more complicated now. I'm going to go back into edit it again. I'm going to add on a few more Linux commands that you might have been using. So I'm going to add on cd / Chris, what does that do? cd /
You can change the direction.
Yeah, I'm going to go to my root directory. So when I run this this script, I'm going to go to my root directory, and then I'm going to do ls. What does that do, Hannah? ls. Yeah, good. So I'm going to say hello world, I'm going to change to my root directory, and I'm going to list my files all in one go, because it's a script. So I'll save it, Control X. Yes, I do want to save it. Yes, let's run it again. There we go. So it's said hello world, it's changed to my home directory, and there's a list of all my stuff. Okay, so it's done what I've asked it to. I'm now going to make it more complicated. I'm going to start using variables in it now. So keep watching. So that's all very well and good. What am I going to do now? Trying to run it once. Yeah, I've done all that. I'm just looking at my notes. Okay, let's add a variable. Let's say read -p. I got this off the internet, by the way. I had no idea how to do this. I looked it up. That's what you need to do as well. Read -p. Enter your name. Enter your name. Followed by the variable, which I'm going to call name. Okay, so this is the variable. You can call it anything you like. I'm going to call it name. So it will ask the user to enter their name, and you'll enter it. And then we're going to have echo. Hi. $name. Oops. Hi, $name. Okay, so if you see the $sign, that takes the variable and puts it on the screen. So if we say, if Hannah says my name is Hannah, it will say hi Hannah. Let's see if it works. Fingers crossed. Okay, let's do that. So Control X to exit. Yes, we do want to save it. Yes. Okay, fingers crossed, everybody. Right, so it says enter your name. Let's go for Stanley. So it's going to hopefully say hi Stanley. Stanley. Hi Stanley. Okay? So it's working a little bit like your Python program. It's taking a variable and it's repeating it back on the screen, but it's doing it all with Linux. Getting a bit more complicated now. I'm going to go back in again. Right, here we go. I'm now going to make a directory with Stanley's name. Okay, so but I'm going to do a little pause first. So I'm going to do sleep for 5 seconds. So this is a little bit like time.sleep in Python, sleep 5. And then I'm going to do mkdir. Kira, what does that do?
Directory.
Yeah, and then I'm going to do this. Dollar, where's the dollar? Sorry, hold on. Dollar name. So Faisal, what do you reckon that's going to do?
It's going to make a directory with the person's name.
Correct. We'll try with your name. So we'll put Faisal in, and it should make a directory with Faisal's name. And then we'll do ls. What I'm going to have to do actually is go back to here and not go to root directory. It won't be like that. I'm going to go to my home directory, which is that little funny symbol there. Okay, so I'm going to go to my home directory. Let's get rid of that one. We probably don't need that one anymore. And then we'll list it to see if we've made a directory called Faisal. Fingers crossed again. Control X. Yes, we do want to save it. Yes. Okay, so let's run the file. So it says enter your name. Let's go for Faisal. F-A-I-S-A-L. Sorry, it should be a capital F. F-A-I-S-A-L. Hi Faisal. 5 second delay. Then it should change directory and create a directory called Faisal. And there it is there. So it's listed. I've now got a directory called Faisal. Okay, so that's all happened in a script. Okay, guys?
Isaac,
Manson?
Isaac, you're on there as well.
Manson? Okay? So when you come to do a question involving a script, you have to watch this video again to see how I did that.
Okay.
Okay? So that's quite complicated, but it's very doable. I got all that information off the internet, and I did not know that until about 9:15 this morning. Okay? That's the idea of the controlled assessment.